In this video, let's see how to create this minimal floor plan using Photoshop. This is the reference image which I saw on Pinterest. I wasn't able to find the original creator of this plan, so credits to whoever it is. I really like the feel of it. It's a stylized approach where they have beautifully mixed the features of 2D and 3D rendering. So without any further ado, let's jump straight into the video. For this video, I'm going to use the floor plan from our studio's first project, Vanam. We have also uploaded a full-length walkthrough which we rendered. Take a look at it in your free time. The main thing to keep in mind is that when moving to presentation, you have to export your drawing as separate PDFs for better control inside Photoshop. This is the way I usually export. You can have this as a checklist for you to export your drawings. Walls, furniture, grids, landscape, plans, all of them should be exported as separate PDFs. If you have some more elements, you can also export them individually. Now let's open a new file in Photoshop by dragging in any one of the PDFs. Then you can drag in all the remaining PDFs at once and stack them. Create a white solid fill layer for background. Then rasterize all the layers. I had this box around the plan, so I had to delete it from all the layers. Let me turn this landscape layer off for now. I will tell what's the purpose of this layer later. Now go to Pinterest or Google and find some high quality concrete texture and bring them inside Photoshop. See which one you like. Pick one which is not too dark or too grainy with rough texture. Pick something with a smooth texture and scale it down if needed. You can also apply a levels adjustment layer to make it lighter or darker. Don't forget to clip it to the concrete texture so that it doesn't affect any other layer. Let's duplicate the wall layer, drag it below and rename it as wall shadow. Then go to filter, blur gallery and path blur. Move this arrow to the direction you want the shadow to fall and increase the speed to increase the shadow length. If you can see, the shadow is bidirectional. You can change it by unchecking this box. Play with these values to get a feel, and once you are happy with the shadow, then click OK. I always duplicate this layer to create a darker shadow. I felt that the concrete texture was too large in comparison to the plan, so I scaled it down even more and duplicated it to fill the canvas. I flipped it and rotated it to avoid the texture tiling. I was happy with how it looked, so I merged all these concrete layers and deleted the previous concrete textures that I tried earlier. Then using the levels adjustment layer, I made it even lighter. I also grouped the wall shadow layers so that I won't delete them by mistake. Always work in an organized manner. Keep your layers and groups labeled. Color code them if needed. I created a color fill layer and clipped it to the walls layer because I felt that the black plan was too heavy for the style. I picked a slightly darker shade of cool grey. I felt that the furniture plans and the grid layers were too thin and not clearly visible. So I duplicated these layers so they became a little darker and can be seen. This might not be the proper method, but it has worked for me till now. I grouped them and labeled them respectively. I want to add a blue fill to the koi pond. So using the selection tool and marquee tool, I traced the portion and created a new color fill layer. I dragged it to the bottom below the wall shadow so that the shadow falls on the water too. Then I went ahead and started labeling all the spaces. Once that was done, I wanted to give a green fill to the landscape portion in my plan. So this is where the landscape layer comes in handy. I am using it to just pick the region easily because Photoshop can detect shapes. I gave it a green which is not too saturated or bright. Let's see how to add some callout text. Using the pen tool, draw a line, a very thin one. Position label of the space above the line and a small descriptive para below the line. Always keep the font size of the heading 2 fonts higher than the para. Then let's place some trees. I created a new layer called trees and I'm going to use a brush that I created earlier. If you want to see how to create brush presets of your own, take a look at this video. I have explained it in detail. You can increase or decrease the size of the brush like you would do in any inbuilt brush and rotate it too. After placing the trees, you can export them directly. This is the final result. See you all in the next video.